Try a verse and chorus. Feel free to keep going and just yell at us. And we'll
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Snowbird. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
It was so neat to be able to have our sound check on the stage, because I came here a month ago with Stuie and they were just sound checking, just not on stage. It was just in one of the little side rooms. So I was quite shocked to learn that we were going out the front.
It's different to what I imagined because, it's such a frantic thing here. There's so much going on, so much to coordinate for the soundmen, but they do such a great job. The whole staff is so professional.
I'm glad I was able to go out there and just really enjoy the moment and look around. And then, my daughter came running up and said, "Is this the biggest crowd you've ever sung to?" And I looked around and I'm thinking it probably will be,
Yeah, it's just such a big stage. It's just surreal. You hear stuff from all over, and obviously the room is awesome, beautiful. You might hear the sound bouncing back off the chairs, but when it's tonight, there'll be the people in the room, and I'm sure it'll even out really good.
We're very fortunate we got to do a sound check. We didn't expect that. We thought we had 90 seconds to come out, plug in and do it. But very privileged. Bonus, yeah. Can't believe we're at the Grand Ole Opry. Wow.
I know.
2, 3, 4.
It was like a miracle that night in 45. You were tuning in your radio when the Opry came alive. Through the static and the crackle, from halfway around the world, it came through as clear as crystal. The great speckled bird.
We sat down at a writing session and Dad brought up an old story. It was about my granddad back in 1945.
I was only a kid at home in Tasmania, and I found this old music program and it said Nashville, Tennessee. I remember that. I remember seeing Nashville, Tennessee. I didn't know anything about the Grand Ole Opry then, but I asked my dad, so I knew it was his. It had to be his. Years ago, he was on the farm, the old family farm in Tasmania, and he was tuning the radio in to pick up the local hillbilly station. Just you could hardly pick any up nearby normally, and here come the Grand Ole Opry, clear as crystal.
They had a competition that night for the furthest away listener. So we wrote in, and months later, they came back and they sent a signed program of the night. Ernest Tubb, all the old legends.
And he said he found out later that the reason he picked up the Opry that night, a lot of people picked up some crazy signals, and they put it down to that was the day they tested the first nuclear bomb in New Mexico. And it sent crazy signals through the atmosphere, I guess. And anyway, he never picked it up after that. He tried.
Yeah, and about 50 years later, Dad standed side of stage at the Ryman and watched Mel Haggard play.
And I remember standing there going, my dad would have loved to have got to see the Grand Ole Opry, or go to the Ryman at least to see a concert, because he loved that music. And he never got there, but I rang him next day to say I stood on the stage where he picked up the Grand Ole Opry 50 years before. It would have been almost to the month it would have been.
So we called him up and told him all about it, because he'd heard that from that same stage 50 years earlier.
One day we got together during COVID to write a song. We never had anything to write about, and they were about to come on a Zoom call, and I thought, what am I going to write about? And then that story came to me. I went, wow, this could be interesting. And I remember telling Sam about it. He said, oh man, we've got to write a song about it.
Leading up to tonight, playing it, I'd be, singing in the car, just rehearsing it and, rehearsing my harmony and singing along, and then I'd just start blubbering, start crying. Which I wasn't expecting.
The last verse of the song talks about actually coming out on the stage and performing. You know, it was fiction, but tonight it's going to come true. So
Hopefully I've got all the tears out of the way, and tonight will be good as gold.
and just to go out on that stage, man, it's incredible. You know, I was just standing up there before on the circle, and to think that Hank Williams and Ernest Tubb, Johnny Cash, all these legends have been on that stage.
I can't believe it's going to be, you know, full of people tonight. But yeah, a little bit emotional, exciting, all of the emotions and feelings that, you know, you would expect, I guess, and just looking forward to doing it tonight.
Yes, you made it here to Nashville, to the Grand Ole Opry. I was trying so hard not to cry, but you all blew it.